Hey everybody, how's it going? So this is just a quick video to talk about planetary updates. Today it's Sunday, and tomorrow, or during the night tonight, and tomorrow, Mercury is going back into Pisces. So Mercury's finished most of its retrograde phase. And it's now retracing the steps that it went back over before. And it has been in Aquarius for about 10 days, which brought a fair amount of clarity to thinking again. But now it goes back into Pisces. And in Pisces, Mercury is in its detriment because Mercury rules Virgo. It likes things to be analytical, organized, and orderly, really. It's Mercury's territory, you know. When it's in Pisces, it gets very watery. So it brings in the emotions and the feelings into the thinking a lot. So there tends to be more of a difficulty finding the facts and making the decisions. And really, it starts to become more of a thing where we get more intuition. And the intuition is, gives great insights into things, but it's very creative as well. So, look to your creativity to see, you might, in this next few weeks, Mercury's from tomorrow through to April the 12th, Mercury is in Pisces, okay? So this could be that, you pick up more nuance in the environment, you get more sensitivities, more emotions, more, the ability to communicate, but in an indirect way, in a more vague way. Why not? Sometimes that's needed because you have to put your thoughts across in a feelings-oriented manner. So, but if we look at what's happening in the news, of course, then we're looking at, of course, the coronavirus. And what's really going on? Of course, we want a bit more clarity. We've been told this is a virus and everything, but that Mercury in Pisces is going to bring in a lot more of a sort of like a dreamy quality, because you see, Mercury in Pisces is like, it starts to pick up. Well, what's the invisible? What's the, it's like a psychic spread. So this is why we need to think psychologically about this as well, because there's a lot of fear mongering going on, a lot of like, oh, look out, you're going to get it kind of stuff. Statements from very irresponsible leaders like Boris Johnson saying we're going to lose all loved ones and things. And I mean, this is just absolute, really, come on, not a very good thing to say to people. But how about instead saying something like, yes, this psychology of this virus, try and keep your mind clear of the potential of getting fear-based thinking, which is kind of like virus-oriented anyway. And that's my cat there telling me all sorts of things there. We mustn't have uncertain fears. So anyway, that's, we must try to, because fears is going to cause like a meltdown, right? And Mercury in Pisces could be very meltdownish, so we need to kind of stay fairly level-headed if at all possible. So if you've got any spiritual techniques, meditation, qigong, yoga, be sure to be doing them. Knowing yourself, what's your diet like? What's your health like? Are you taking your vitamin tablets and your zinc? Are you doing these things? Are you looking after yourself? Do you eat the right fruit and veg to keep your immunity up? Are you, what's the state of your air intake? So these sort of things are very important, and so tomorrow as well, we've also got the last quarter moon. Okay, so this is now where the moon is coming back towards the sun. It's in entering the last 7-day phase before the next new moon, which will be in Aries. So this is the last major phase from the Pisces new moon that occurred 3 weeks ago, which of course was the great spread of the contagion, as it were, or the beginning of when it really started to take hold. So so the moon is in Sagittarius. So that keeps us optimistic, keeps us hopeful always. That's good. But there's a lot of moral indignation at this time. What are the ethics behind all this? Being told that it's spreading, look out, and all this sort of stuff is people need to seek the truth. Is moon in Sag, and that square to the sun in Pisces is the last quarter moon is actually about wrapping things up. It's not about putting things out there. It's more about reflecting on what's happened over the last 3 weeks and finding our own answers, right? Because moon in Sagittarius is, as I said, it seeks answers, it seeks the truth. The sun in Pisces is all-knowing and all-wise, although it might not appear to be that way sometimes because it takes in everything, But let's see what happens. Okay, so that's Monday. Now, I'm going to do more videos for later in the week, but a quick overview on what's kind of happening with this astrologically, possibly with the virus, is that we've got really the Saturn-Pluto conjunction happened in January, and now we've got still a whole pile up of planets in Capricorn. It's down to how we're governed and down to authorities and down to things. They're the ones who are feeling immense amounts of pressure, to really pull their acts together. And actually, I don't think they really know what they're doing. So they say they've got all these measures in place, but I don't think they have. So because they've been far too focused for too many years on self-interest. And I think that's a large part of what Pluto in Capricorn is doing anyway. And Saturn in Capricorn has helped that, made that very real, made it very obvious. So I think what we've got at the moment is, anyway, what's coming up is on Thursday, which I will do a complete video on, we've got Saturn, the Sun in the very last degree of Pisces, making a good aspect to Saturn in the very last degree of Capricorn. Basically, Saturn is about to change signs. That's happening very soon. It's going to happen on... I have to zoom in here very quickly to tell you that it will be happening on... anyway, yes, March the... Dang. I should have... There we go. March the 22nd. The very beginning of March 22nd. So that's next week, right? In a week today, Saturn goes into Aquarius. That'll be another separate video, okay? But on Thursday we've got Sun making good aspect to Saturn. That's the government kind of being very making a lot of realizations about their lack of organisation. I think because the Sun's the last degree of Pisces, making aspect to that last degree of Saturn in Capricorn. Again, I'll do another video on that, so please subscribe and you'll find out more. I think in terms of how the country's being run, the collective economy, if you like, and of course, really doing these videos, I'm more concerned really about collectively as a people, but a little bit about the economy because we'll see it in the news and things like that. We'll see this sort of thing, but. It's Mars is currently in Capricorn, and Mars is the spike, right? Mars is the point. Mars is the urging to engage a lot more. So Mars is going to push and make a conjunction to Jupiter. So things are going to get bigger, okay? Probably, right? Now in Capricorn, it means it's about governance. So things are going to get bigger with the government, right? And so there's going to be this possibly, I think, a bit of a spike around about the 20th, which will be Friday. So we're looking at 5 days' time, and the Mars conjunct Jupiter in Capricorn. Again, I'll do another video on this. But I think maybe that's just before the spring equinox as well. So the same day, the sun then goes into Aries, and it's the beginning of spring, end of winter, beginning of spring. You can feel it in the air already, really. You know, we're really got to the end of the winter season, you know. So actually, all being well, the virus will die down anyway. But I think first we've got to experience this idea of Mars, Jupiter, which is an expansion and a point. You know, so it might be a peak to something, and then it drops away. Well, I guess that's probably enough for now. But please do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you find it. I call myself the London Astrologer. I give readings on the internet. Please visit my website, londonastrologer.com. I've been an astrologer for many years, and I do hope that you enjoy this. And please follow my Instagram if you come across me, or find me on Facebook as well as Julian Venables Astrologer. Been good to chat with you, and see you next time.